Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is the 24th of November, Wednesday, and it is bright and early, 10 o'clock. As soon as I got up this morning, Mr. Perry was going at it like a motherfucker. So, remember, this is somebody I don't want contacting me at all, much less, you know, we're in court, Mr. Perry. I mean, it's very inappropriate for you to contact me directly. You're supposed to go through your attorney when there's court cases pending or you've been threatened with a lawsuit, and you have been threatened. You are threatened with a lawsuit every day. Every time you contact me, it's unwanted. I've told you to get the hell out of my life, have I not? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Over and over and over. I do not have any romantic feelings for you at all. None. Whatever goes on in your head is not going on in mine. It is not. So, this morning, let me do the disclaimer. Use allegedly. Nobody's been proven guilty in a court of law just yet. Apply the but-for standard and the reasonable person standard. But for Mr. Perry's unwanted contact and criminal activity directed at me, I'm the victim of crime every day, all day long. We wouldn't do this. It is to document, it is to establish mens rea that he intends harm. He intends to commit a crime. That matters in court. Intent is something that matters in court. Premeditation, all of that matters. So that's the other thing that we're documenting. So, but for the need to do that, I wouldn't have to drop everything I'm doing in my busy life and deal with this, would I? There's criminal court, Charles. What police are getting this to me? What police are getting this information to me that you just said? That you intended to do something to me that was illegal? See, you don't know. You ask me every day who it is. You ask me every day who told on you. And you ask it acting like you actually believe I would answer you. Why the hell would I answer you? I want for you to be gone. There is no damn way I'll ever help you. It's not going to happen. You shit all over everybody. You destroy and ruin lives. You cause stress and anxiety and fear and sadness and grieving and catastrophic, profound loss that no normal person could bring themselves to cause another person if they had to. So you're not normal. We all know that. Okay, I'm asserting all constitutional rights. All of them. Equal protection, the Fifth Amendment, the poisonous, fruit of the poisonous and all that. I'm asserting the First Amendment. I'm asserting all of them. Every single one of them. Mr. Perry, your contact, sir, makes me want to vomit. Your peeping is a problem for you. You're a peeping Tom. Women don't like that. Women don't like it. See, you're all by yourself. You're a 10-year reject. You're all alone because you do what you like, and you like deviant, weird-ass shit. Sex weirdo shit. Women don't. Women don't like it. They do not like that. You're a domestic violence offender, sir. You're being investigated for your online peep show, and you were before I ever got to Oklahoma. You want to know who told on you? I don't even know that. I'm not even told that, and I've said that to you over and over and over and over and over and over, and I am never going to go on a date with somebody that I have to say it twice. You're not good enough. You're slow. Low IQ. So I'm going to go, this today was a conversation where they were all talking about my money. Economic subjugation. Remember, I'm in criminal justice college. So I'm taking a lot of classes about criminology, crime causation, what is going on in the mind of someone who would do that. You have a lot of Netflix specials. I've watched several. I don't have Netflix now, but I used to. And I have watched several that were very interesting about the FBI's profiling department that they set up, their behavioral science department, where they have specialists in psychology and criminology who evaluate a crime scene and try to profile who might do something that weird. And there's a lot of criminologists and psychologists, forensic psychologists and so forth that go to jails and interview serial killers and so forth, and they make a Netflix show about it. I think you're the next one up, Mr. Perry. You're about to be famous. I think that, isn't that what you were after? You want to be notorious, right? You like being important. You've got that grandiose serial killer mindset of you are entitled, legal or not. You're gonna walk around with your little hand out begging because you think you're entitled. You're entitled to take a life. It makes you feel power, doesn't it? You're entitled to get a lie. Like some, pathetic little beggar. You're walking around with your hand out wanting a lie. Wanting information. Who told on me? Who told on me? Who's helping you? Who's telling on me? Is it Canada? Call Canada and ask them. Is it this person? Is it that person? I'm not told that. I don't have any idea. Wouldn't tell you if I did. I want you gone. I don't want you in my life. I want for you to be gone. There's no damn way I'll help you. It's not going to happen. And you continue to ask me that question like you actually think I'll answer it. Every day for 6 years, you've asked the question like you actually believe I would answer that question. Why the hell would I do that? I want for you to be gone. I'm going to help the police that are making that happen, that are putting a stop to the horror and the torment and the torture and the starvation and the subjugation you're putting on me against my will. You're an imposition and a burden. You were not invited into my life in Oklahoma ever. I came here to get away from you. I came here to get away from a conflict, not to pick a fight with anybody. Do you not know what that means? Mr. Perry, are you that mentally slow? So in studying crime causation and all that, there was a book called The Bell Curve or something like that that alleged that African Americans have a low IQ and no self-control, no executive functioning. They refuse to follow social norms, and that is bullshit, by the way, I think. I think that's a horrible thing to say, and I think that the guy's wrong, and he's taken a lot of heat from it, the guy that wrote it. They've taken heat from that. It's racist. There's no question that's a racist thing to say. But I do think it applies to criminals in general. The criminals in general are stupid, or you wouldn't be criminals, because the rest of us can live our lives. And we never need to buy one cop. We never need to buy one judge. We never need to ask who told. We never need to bully witnesses, tamper with witnesses. We don't need to cover up. We don't need to lie. You need the lie. I don't need the lie. You're the criminal, not me. So, I'm not asking who told. I don't care. I haven't done anything. You're asking who told. I'm not calling up TPD and asking how much money can I pay you to look the other way. Are you? Are you making that phone call? See, we heard rumors that you did pay off Sepulpa PD, you paid off Creek County PD, and you paid off, Creek County Sheriff's Department, and you paid off Tulsa Police, and they put the money in evidence, and you got mad that you didn't get your cover-up, so you had it stolen back. What are you going to do? Admit to bribery and sue them to get your money back because you didn't get your cover-up? You think they're involved? You don't know how things work and how we do what we do, but you know this. Nobody's caught your crime more than we have. When you mess with me, you get caught. And you got caught this morning. We're trying to find her a job. So we know how much money she's making, where she is at all times, and who she's talking to. And that's duly noted for the record that you were trying to do that. And I've already spoken to that, have I not? That you called an attorney and asked him to hire me, and he said, I don't want your drama. So no, I'm not going to hire her. She's great. I'd love to have her working here. We need somebody like that here. But we have business to run. We have work to do. And you're in the way. You're a distraction. We don't need that. We don't need a distraction. We have a business to run and work to do. Mr. Perry, you're all drama. You're going to bother her. And I'm not going to let you use me to bother her. So no, I won't hire her. Yep. Guess what? That is called economic subjugation. Subjugating, if you listen to Lonnie Athens, he's a criminologist at Seton Hall University. He has a book on victimology and why they kill. Why do people kill? So he talks about only 1% of the population is a violent offender. And when he's doing his research, he finds that they were subjected to abuse as kids. But of the population, because also abused as a giver. We are bitch, just like them. Petty crime. Parents abused. But that's clearly what other. But we absolutely have full control over react to it. I'm stalking as an excuse. And have other victims, and there are no more. You're caught murder, Mr. Perry. Time you needed a lie. like Chief Miller. I just 6 days before filed a police report with his department. And it wasn't just any cop that was murdered. It was him. He was starting to tell people. First of all, he asked me about a forged marriage license. I'm sure you didn't like that. He also was complaining that you were taking my money. Economic subjugation. He didn't like that. Secondly, the other thing he didn't like is that what he's starting to do some crime causation and evaluation of your activities also. So what he said is, I think that Mr. Perry is a sex weirdo and serial. And I think this is not his first rodeo. When I'm looking at all the papers, when I'm looking at all the court documents, what I'm seeing is a man who can't do normal sex. So he kills his victims and has sex with a dead body. And I'm worried he's running a fantasy about Cynthia through his head. It scares me. I don't want him. He's not going to do that here. In my jurisdiction, he's not going to kill her. Not here. Not on my watch. He was a good cop. And for that, you took his life. But guess what? You can never do that again without being suspected. And why you guys go around asking me if I'm a police officer, are you a cop? Are you a cop? You've had 20 people ask me that, including the Florida State's attorney. Why would you ask me that and not think that I wouldn't question what happened there? 6 days later, the timing was very suspicious. It didn't occur to you that that might make me question it? What happened? I'm going to tell you something. The whole town questioned it. The whole town talked about Texas Mafia. The whole town talked about how abnormal your activities were. Strange. I mean, I walked into the laundromat out there, and I walked up on about 4 people talking about how it's not normal what he's doing to her. Right in front of me, like I wasn't even there. It's outside social norms, and it's illegal. When something's illegal, Mr. Perry, a bunch of people got together and decided it was so offensive and so disgusting and such repulsive conduct. We're going to make it a crime, and if you do it, you go to jail. See, it's not how you get a date, peeping, hacking, economic subjugation. And only since you've gone after me are you getting caught. You continue to try to tell me what you think and what you want. No one cares. Listen, no one asked you. You were not asked. You were asked to get the fuck out of my life, weren't you? When you go at me, you get caught. You did this morning. When you go at me, you get caught. You did this morning. When you go at me, you get caught. That you did this morning. Again. Over and over and over. It's the same thing. It's an easy to spot pattern, sir. It's not hard. These guys that did the bell curve thing, people who commit crime have low IQ and don't have any self-control. They don't have impulse control. That's you. It fits you to a T. You can't control yourself at all. You go at it, and you go at it, and you go at it, and you get caught, and then you want to know who told. And we have done the same cycle for years. McNamara email 2015 was the first time I said something. That doesn't mean that's the first time you were recorded. That's the first time I said something. And then you did it. You did exactly what that email said. You varied it a little, but you did it. When you go at me, you're caught. Mike was drugged. I said it months before anybody else said it. Because you're under investigation. Peep show. Your online peep show. You're using my body for a profit. And you're going to pay me $1,000 a day for getting entertained without my consent in my house. You're going to pay me $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. You did not have my permission ever. You're sitting there watching TV all day long on your fat, lazy slob, turn-off ass, thinking that that means there's a romance. Shit, I watch Michael Weston. That's my husband. I mean, do you know how ridiculous that is? It's just an imaginary person. You don't have a two-way thing here. You're watching me feeding a fantasy that's not real. You look ridiculous. When I laugh, I'm laughing at my guys making fun of you. I'm laughing or smiling at something they said to make fun of you. You're pathetic. You're a pathetic nothing. You don't know how to get women to like you. You're socially awkward, aren't you? I'm doing the mindset of a serial killer. What about Mary Beth? What about Mary Beth? We have a deceased woman named Mary Beth from Canada. Is that why you think it's Canada? She was found stripped naked, dumped out a lake just outside Billings. Was that one of your victims? You had said you were in Billings. 2011, September 15th, 2011. I'm on the phone with Randy Reeves. You said you had just been there. And that did not fit the rest of the conversation. Why'd you say it? She's dead. You kill her? Did you drug her and subdue her? And then you ran into some people, you said, and you told them that she was drunk and you were trying to get her home. She wouldn't do your weird sex, so you killed her. Are you a necro? Was like you right? I mean, I'm talking to a serial killer here. I'm not trying to harass you. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this to find out why in the world anyone would do what you do, the fucked up things you do. Because I'm telling you, no normal person could even bring themselves to do it. And I can't tell you how many guys would come into my work that you hired to say something or do something to me, and they would tell me about it and say I couldn't do it. It's weird. I'm not weirdo. They asked me to say this to you or that to you. It's weirdo. I'm not doing that. That's fucked up. You don't even know, do you? See, nobody wants to be like you. The weird guy, the sex pervert, the sex weirdo, the serial killer, devastating lives, and then you come to me with your hands out wanting a favor. You want to know who told? You're shitting me with that, right? You have ruined my life. You've ruined it. I've chosen on my own to do some things to rise above what you've done to hurt me, to hurt relationships, to hurt my finances, economic subjugation, because you're a pathetic nothing. So when I'm going to tell you this, when you come at me and then you get told on, you know why that is because you don't matter, I matter. I'm the important one. I know the power. You don't know the power. You don't have power. Because men of power have no time to sit around all day and do what you do and bother and bother and bother and bother like the TikTok stalker. And you keep trying to talk to me like you think I give a shit what you have to say. Sir, I don't. Didn't ask you. No one asked you. No one cares. Not one person cares. So I'm talking one day I'm talking to a police officer from TPD. And we're talking about the solve rate of homicides TPD has. And he says it's not that hard. Criminals are stupid. And I couldn't agree with him more. You wouldn't be a criminal because everyone else can figure out how to get through life without committing crime. Why can't you? So the bell curve is wrong in applying it to an entire race of people. It is racist. It's terribly racist. But it is correct in that criminals have a low IQ and no self-control and no executive functioning skills. Or you wouldn't be a criminal. And when you go at me, Perry, you get caught. You got caught this morning. You want to find a job for me so you can control it? You can't even control yourself. You have no control over you. You can even control your impulses. And you're starting to get caught. All of you are. All of you in your little minion group, your little Mensa Queen club, your little sex deviant weirdo club are getting caught. Because you fucked with me and I matter and you don't. No one cares what you think. No one asked you. And don't fuck up somebody's life and then come looking for a handout of information. It's pathetic. You're a pathetic nothing, Mr. Perry. You have no impulse control. You'll get caught and you go right back at it. And then you get caught again and then you go right back at it. And then you get caught again and you go right back at it. And now we've got boxes and piles of evidence to use against you in a criminal case. When you went into a courtroom and you said, I'm not making any contact with her in Oklahoma, you committed fraud. We're going to get you on fraud in court. In both Sam Cummings' court and in this one here. Do you understand? This is a criminal case, sir. You're in a lot of trouble. We're going to get you on fraud. That's one of many things. The other one was Mike Neely's case. You suborned perjury. Because when you conceal a material fact from the jury that would have changed the outcome, you are committing perjury. It's U.S. versus Strom, Freeland versus U.S. And when you suborn perjury, you're going to jail for fraud and perjury. RICO Act violations. You're going to jail, sir. The more you fuck with me, the more your crime comes out. And that didn't happen to you before you met me. When you started fucking with me, then your crime got caught, and you're not getting it. You're not getting that. You're not getting the correlation. What happened to your IQ? Is it low? I've said it over and over and over and over and over, and you're not getting it, sir. You're not getting it, sir. You're very, very, very mentally slow. It's very, very, very irritating for those of us who are not. No one cares what you think. You weren't asked. Don't contact me. I hate it. Don't contact me. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you have to say. I said the same thing this girl said. He's like, I want to talk to you for 2 minutes. She's like, no minutes. I don't want to hear it. Mr. Perry, I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I've been saying leave me alone since here. 2014. You are butting in between me and Fabian. Not your place, sir. Not your place. Butt out. My job, not your business. Butt out. You are always and forever going to be nothing but a wannabe butt in. You don't matter to me. You don't matter at all. That's why when you try to go at me, you get caught. When you go at me, you get caught. When you go at me, your crime starts getting caught. When you go at me, your crime starts getting caught. And until you went at me, your crime wasn't caught. It's because you went at me, your crime got caught. You don't have a date. You're alone. Nobody wants you. You're weirdo. You do things, weirdo things you like. But they repulse women. You cannot figure out how to get women to like you, can you? When you do things women like, then they'll like you. When you do things they don't like, they're not going to like you. These are easy concepts of cause and effect that you can't get. They don't click for you. You're slow. You have a very low IQ. And having to deal with it is driving me nuts. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't do stupid people. I don't do it. Not my thing. It is not my thing. I said, get out of my life. That's what I mean. That's what I want. Respect the rights and wishes of other people. Or we're going to call you antisocial disordered Freaky Jason. You have antisocial disorder. You're refusing to respect the law and the rights and wishes of other people. You don't have my permission to peep or hack or contact me or anybody I know. You don't have my consent. And whatever this marriage license is that Chief Miller asked me about and Pinto talked about, get a divorce and half of everything you own. There was no prenup. You never had my permit. There was no wedding. There was no anything. It's a marriage fraud. It's more fraud. You live a lie. You sit around and you lie to yourself all day and you lie to everybody else. And now you can't even tell the difference between fact and fiction anymore, can you? You had a choice when you were abused. Rise above it and do good in the world, or become the slave of the offender. That's your choice. You gave all your power to the offender when you became just like her. I'm making a different choice because now I'm a victim of abuse. Your abuse. Every day I'm re-traumatized every day. I am re-traumatized every day. Every time you're going to hurt me, every time you try to do something to me, every time you butt into something that is none of your business, every time you ignore my rights of a privacy, I said don't contact me. Every time you ignore me and you do it anyway, I'm re-traumatized over and over and over, and I'm not becoming like you. I'm fighting you like nobody has ever fought you in your life. You fuck with me, you get caught. There's no date. There'll never be a date. You're not good enough. You don't matter. I matter. You're not getting it. You're very slow. Now, stop contacting me. It's the law, and you're breaking it. Quit hacking, quit peeping. Stop sitting around feeding a fantasy that is bullshit and it's not real. Stop lying to yourself and everybody else, and leave me the fuck alone. Your attention isn't wanted. I don't care what you think. I really don't. I didn't ask you, and you make me mad that you continue to ignore me and my rights and wishes and go the hell away. When you started coming at me, that's when your crime started getting caught. And every time you go at me, your crime gets caught. Get the fuck out of my life. Get the fuck out of my business. I'm kicking your criminal ass like nobody you've met in your life. And you do not get that. And that is not a date, sir. That is not a date. You need to keep up with everybody else, please. Leave me alone.